Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jade Monkey. We're back here in DayZ. We're going to go over the patch notes that have occurred for 1.20 and also some of the bugs that have been plaguing just the console version for both PlayStation and Xbox. And again, that's core systems and next generations. It's all the same thing over here. There has been a combine issue, so there's a we'll give you the information on that and lay a quick fix for it for now until they actually patch it itself. So again, apologies for the patch notes being a bit late. This is for everybody, both PC and for the console versions. Yeah, we were supposed to do this a few days ago, but again, I've been a little bit under the weather, so hopefully you guys find this useful for you. And by the way, if you do, be sure to drop a like and a subscribe. Okay, so let's go over to good old Twitter. Okay, so when this first released, there was a combine issue with the standard controls. So I'm just going to go ahead and read over the Twitter here. It says, "Hey, console survivors, we're aware of the combined function problem. Here is something to try while we're investigating what went wrong. Thanks for reporting, and the rest assured, we're on it." So from Mile High Hippie, says what you need to do what you need to do is go into the controls on the main menu and change your controls to the new settings, and then change them back to default. This should resolve the issue, and the controls will work properly. I did this myself, and it works. So I know a lot of us have been getting used to that new control schema, so it looks like you set it to that, save it, then go back to the old one, then save it, and then it looks like it does resolve that. So I know a lot of people are like, hey, I can't combine. So 100%, that's a good fix, and hopefully that doesn't delay you guys too much from getting in and enjoying the 1.20 patch. So let's go ahead and go over some of the old notes here, shall we? Okay, great. Okay, so right now we have that February Valentine's Day stuff going on. So we have the Mime Mask and the Carnival masks that were added. In addition to that, we have the warning icons for connection stability and server performance, which is good. And now we're going to go through a massive list of fixes. So we have changed stances. Could result in desynchronization, blocking access to ADS, and shooting. That has been resolved, which is good news. Hitboxes of items on characters and hands were misplaced. That's also been fixed. It was possible to place items inside the stairs at the Yellow Church. When approaching a restrained player with binding materials, the non-functional option was shown to restrain the player again. It says it was possible to commit, let's see, we're on YouTube, so we'll say self-wreck with ruined firearms. Carp, mackerel, chicken, and rabbit were always yielding 100% pieces of meat when scanned. Oh, they did fix it? Boo! Character sounds when picking up heavy items were not played for the player themselves. That has also been corrected. Let's see what else we have here. Drinking sounds were not played when drinking from pots and cauldrons while prone. Impact sound of items when landing in the water was repeating itself. It was possible to shave characters while having their face covered. Equipped belts were not accumulating wetness. Explosives could not be armed reliably. That's good that they're fixed because you can go back to rating. Reduced instances of vehicles accessing being prohibited due to another player already interacting with it. That's nice. That's been around for a hot second. Fixed several broken character animations while restrained in prone. Improved damage zones with the M1025. The trunk. I'm sorry, this is basically the Hummer, right? So the M1025 trunk bars did not move correctly with the model. Sounds of taking SSG-82 magazines was doubled while prone. The player could get stuck in the throwing stance itself. During combat with infected, the player position could get reset to previous infected kill. Okay, that's good that that's all been fixed. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you guys watched the last one or not, but it looks like they're going to be focusing on some pretty cool stuff for DayZ for the next year or so. And it looks like possibly we're going to be getting those zombie hordes that everybody's been looking at. I know they talked about that a few years ago, and I know there's a couple custom servers that have scripts and stuff for it, which are really interesting. So if you guys have gone over to the community side and seen some of that, I think they're going to officially add it into the game and make a bit more of the private server type stuff. The community for private servers on DayZ has been pretty awesome. There's a lot of cool, like, just combat servers and stuff like that. So if you haven't tried them out recently, I would strongly suggest. Okay, ADS sensitivity wasn't properly applied in all cases. Jumping while having a gag applied or removed could desync the player. Manipulation of heavy items allowed players to access items through walls. It was not possible to cover or uncover characters' head while they are prone. It was possible to force feed while wearing a gas mask. The character could teleport off the roof to the roof, to the roof of their seat if an object was at the height of the door. Say what? That's crazy. Inventory icon of a deployed spotlight was badly cropped. Filled a gasoline canister at the pond could result in desync. Yikes. It's good to see these desyncs are starting to get addressed, because that's been something that really it stinks in large groups, right? I mean, I think we can all kind of get behind that. Items were interfering with the character's collision when dropped from gift boxes upon their destruction. Other players could not hear the sounds of a locked door being opened. Using the quick bar while moving items into the inventory could result in desync. Some twin doors could not be closed. Several twin gates were not properly aligned to open the same direction. Some twin gates could not be opened by force when locked. It was possible to access certain underwater locations. Portable maps could display wrong map features, then switching between servers and running different terrains. Fixed character collision shapes shifting caused clipping through structures. It was possible to skip certain parts of soda can opening animation. The character collision shape would not adjust when falling into water. Man, this list is huge, eh? Switching between first and third person camera could result in a distorted character. Oh no, is that the meatball? If it is, I'm glad they're fixing it. The head torch with the yellow light did not update its light location in all cases. Orientation of the light of the weapon flashlight was pointing forward when shouldered. Chem light on the ground models of utility bags not lighting from the correct position. A climbing player was able to phase through objects during the landing state. The player could be teleported to the world origin when climbing. Wow, the world origin? Whoa, that's like under the map, yeah? That's crazy, dude. Whoa, that's kind of sketch. Okay, smoke grenades wouldn't show smoke outside of the player's near-distance network bubble. Doors could have their animations and sounds played while reconnecting. Previously felled trees would play their fall animations upon reconnect. Other players and creatures could get stuck in permanent frozen animation state if they die while the client is being logged in. Grass did not move with the wind, and the tenement buildings? Interesting. I'm not sure what building that is. Bear traps could hit the player in multiple zones. The M3S truck was missing a sound related to high RPMs. Reverse lights on the M3 truck, did not emit light. Reversing lights did shine even when the engine was off. Stam was not decreasing during jogging in deep water. Fixed several issues with individual buildings. Fixed bad rendering of specific trees. Source of car horn was not properly located in third-person view. The Santa infected did not scream while attacking. Terrifying. Placing certain items would play the play sound twice. Dropping the wooden cooking tripod would make the metal sounds. Let's go ahead and get up on the roof here, so we just change the views a little bit. Hey, hey, hey. Unloading sound of the bullet animation of the Longhorn were not in sync. The dry fire sound of the Derringer was too quiet while prone. Fixed several exploits used to look through walls. Dude, they've done a ton of these. Wow, this list is huge. An exploit allowed to repair car parts to pristine state. It was possible to repair vehicle engines while they were running. Certain scopes allowed you to look through smoke from smoke grenades. The M1025 driver was accessing the wrong lever when switching gears. That's also known as the Humma. Damaged Santa hats looked pristine while worn. Claymore mine explosion did not have the proper volume when player was facing away. Open food cans did not fit properly into the UI. Respawning from unconscious state could result in a black screen. It was possible to deploy the spotlight using the drop action. The Gunter 2 did not have sounds when removing the attached wheels. Large clusters of rocks and cliffs could result in client performance drops. Manual transmission from vehicles could get desynced while changing too quickly. Switching between the classic and new control system could result in a game crash. Yikes. Accessing invitation to a server from a friend who was not working when the game was in the open menu. It was possible to still hear blocked players in voice chat. Stealth killing infected with rifle bayonets could result in a glitch. Player corpses had collisions and after committing self-ownage. Yeah, we gotta be careful on YouTube. Vehicle horn sounds would fix to specific position. The player collision was conflicting with vehicles while sitting in them. It was not possible to pull corpses from vehicles. Players could not get bleeding sources from punching objects with bare hands. The M1025 engine was not stopping properly when the RPM was set to 0. Quick gear shifting could result in desync, fixing further exploits to glitch the camera through walls. It was possible, that's terrifying seeing that out there, To prevent dehydration through non-hydrating food, reduce the chance of getting desync indoors by running through them while closed. It was possible to stack the ammo box and dry bag indefinitely. Oh. Howling of Wolves was not synchronized to all players. Okay, we got to change the list here. We're getting close, I promise. My goodness, let's get upstairs, shall we? That's crazy, dude. So many desync fixes, which I hope results in a better overall game performance, to be honest with you. Whew. Okay, change combining action from BO to hold BO. Was that B button or the O button on PlayStation? Wheels again can be damaged. Reducing eye zoom distance while sprinting. Reworked item weight calculation. Item wetness now influences their weight again. Weight of carried gear now impacts player movement inertia. Increase the time needed to refill car radiator. Check the player's pulse is now a continuous action. Increase the lifetime of improvised explosives to 5 days, which now can be refreshed through a flagpole. Stairs of concrete silos are now usable to access the roof. Oh, interesting. Adjusted the geometry of barrels and fireplaces to cause less issues when colliding with vehicles. Improve the surface detection for throwing impact sounds. Optimize the character update to environment exposure. Lowered the hit points of improvised feet covers and gave them louder walking sounds. Oh no, no more like silent kills. Positional wind and tree creaks are now more audible. Tweak third-person camera collisions to reduce possibilities of exploits. Third-person camera zooms in when obstacle is in front of camera. Disconnect due to server restart will no longer kill restrained players. Yikes. Updated map textures to reflect recent changes. You can now stealth kill with the cleaver. Replace outdated dirt pile models. Replaced dirt pile models. Is that the ones we used to bury? Question mark. Updated textures on static pipes. Update sounds for different stages of cooking. Let's go outside on the roof. Of cooking. More variety. Slightly increase the volume of stealth kill. Improve the sun reflection on water and changes color in the quarries. Over here we have green and black plate carrier vests, and their attachments do not have their intended lifetimes. Increase the chance for random positional bird, insect, and tree creak sound to play. Tweaked increased audibility of positional bird sounds. Cheeseburger. And change the adjusted player spawn points for more even distribution. These server pieces here are for custom servers. We're going to skip over those. And it says known issues. Characters might shake when close to doors. Combined button in the inventory may not be functional. Switch to the new controller scheme and then back to default for the main menu to resolve. We're working on a complete fix. So that's what we have so far for all of the patches for 1.20 for DayZ for both PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. So hopefully we'll see you guys out there. We're going to be rotating in some more DayZ again. Thank goodness. We're doing a pretty healthy rotation of a lot of survival games. We're doing Rust. We're doing DayZ. So stay tuned for that. A lot of exciting stuff happening. So hopefully we'll see you guys in the next one. I love you. Bye. Here they come. Hey!